Hello there, my name is 7dev3. In today's ROBLOX Lua lesson, we're going to learn how to use messages and hints. Please note, messages and hints are now considered deprecated. However, due to their use on Roblox in years past, they are still, in my opinion, one of my favorite ways to display text to players. Because messages and hints are technically deprecated, it is possible that Roblox will discontinue support for these features in the future. This tutorial assumes that you have a reasonable command of ROBLOX Studio, and I try to explain Lua concepts in an understandable manner. If you do have any questions or confusion regarding this tutorial, please leave me a comment below, and I will attempt to get back to you. Alright, let's get started. So, what I want to do today is create a button that will display a message every time it is pressed, and will count the number of times that it's been pressed. This is a very simple tutorial, but I will try to go through things slowly and make them easy to understand. So first things first, we want to insert a part into Workspace. This part's going to be our button, so we can rename the part to button. Now we want to insert a script into Workspace. Roblox is nice and will automatically open that script for us so we can edit it. Because we want to follow good practice every single time we code, I would recommend that you add a comment at the top just notifying what the script is supposed to do, as well as who coded it. This isn't necessary, but it helps you document your code. Documentation in code is always very important, because later on, once you have more complicated projects, you might come back to something and then question what it does. So first things we want to do with our code is we're going to define some variables, because we don't want to continue typing out game.workspace.button. We're just going to make a very simple way for us to call that button within our script. So we'll name our variable btn, which is just a short way to write out button, and we're going to equate that to our item. So we are in game.workspace.button. Now, we also want to write out our function, which will be called every single time the button is pressed. So I'm going to go function message. Now, in order to make our button recognize when a player presses it, we need to add another item to our button. Within the button, you're going to right-click and insert the object, and what we're looking for is a click detector. So every time this button is clicked, it'll activate our script now. So we want to display a message, so we're going to type in instance.new. What this does is this creates a brand new item within wherever we're typing. So we're going to create a message. And we want to, whoops, I apologize. We want to name this instance, this message, so we're just going to call it message1. And we're going to equate that. Okay. Now message1.parent equals game.workspace. So by defining message1 as a to have the parent of game.workspace, what it's going to do is it's going to make sure that it's visible to the player. In order for a message to be visible to a player, it has to be within Workspace. A message will always globally be in Workspace unless you insert into a character's camera. So now we want to change the text of our message. So message1.text equals the button has been clicked. So we can attempt to test this by pressing the play feature, which will open up a local instance of Roblox, so you won't actually be on a server. And now we're going to go over and we're going to try to click on our button. But you'll notice when you click it, it's not doing anything. And the reason for that is that we haven't called the function directly. So we want to type in button, which is just going to repeat this information up here. So we don't have to type it all out. And then we want to find its click detector, which we did not rename, so it will stay the same. And then we want to find the event that we're calling for. So we want the player to click on it with their first mouse button, which would be the left button. So we're going to type in mouse, but oh, I might be wrong, I'm sorry. So we're going to type in mouse click, and then we want to connect our message function. So now we can try this, this lovely script that we wrote by testing once more. And when we go over, click, and the message appears. Now, we haven't told Roblox to delete this message, so this message will continually stay on the player's screen, and every single time they click, we're going to insert a new one, which is a little inefficient, so we can fix that. Go back into our script, and what we want to do is we want to add a wait function. So let's just have it wait 2 seconds, and then message 1 remove. Oops, actually we want to use destroy. I don't exactly know the reason why, but the remove function is deprecated and we want to use destroy instead, which I am still adjusting to. So now we can press play, and we can click the button and it deletes. So now what we want to do is we want to figure out how many times the player has clicked on the button. So we can define another variable and we can just call it anything we want, but for sanity's sake, if we ever want to go back over our code, we want to name it something that we instantly know what it is. So we'll just call it number of click. Okay? So anytime this function runs, whoops, we'll define that as 0. We're going to add to the number in which the button's been clicked. So number of click equals number of click plus 1. What this does is it tells Roblox to check the number of clicks value, which right now is 0, and it's going to add 1. Okay, so now we can have the button message with an additional piece of information. So we can do message.text equals this ... and then number of click. So we'll just quickly add in here, button has been clicked, blank space, so the double dot that we have right here is what's known as concatenation. This allows us to stop this string and insert any value we need to right here. This could be another string value, or it could be a number value, or whatever. It doesn't quite matter. But the concatenation tells ROBLOX Lua to stop printing this and to read this, to read the value from this calling, and then insert that value between the concatenation buttons, so the 2 dots. Yeah, okay. Let's try testing that. And button's been clicked 1 time. So let's try it again and just make sure that our counter is going. Okay, it's been clicked 2 times and 3 times. So now that we've learned how to use a message, what we're going to do is we're going to play around with hints. So a hint is basically the same thing as a message in regards to the way you code it. The only thing that's different is the way it displays on the screen. So we'll go up and we're going to change the message in our instance line to a hint. Okay, and we will test this once more. And the hint will appear up at the top. So once more we can look at our code. We can just, I'll leave that there for a moment just for reference. And that will conclude the tutorial for the day. I appreciate you watching. If these are helpful, please let me know. It's my intention to create quite a few of these. I have a friend who would like to learn how to code in Roblox, so I figured why not make it available for everyone if I'm going to teach one person. Thanks. Give this video a thumbs up if you appreciated it, and subscribe.